Crap, you're right. Somehow I was muted. Wonderful. I don't know how that happened. I never mute the mic. I mute the desktop, but not the mic. Oh, that's good. Alright, well, what I did was I exported this height map and... No, I've lost my train of thought. No, exported the height map, and I'm going to draw an infantry-only path between the middle of this, here, and then shave down this side, so that there's more space here, because that's good. See if I can zoom in anymore. I can. Nice. Not as much as I'd like, but enough, I think. I'm going to use the dropper tool here. And I'm actually going to draw a line. Not with this size. Let's try this line, maybe? That's fine. All right. Try to curve it a little bit so it looks natural. It's gonna be a little tricky, actually. I just have to fill in this. My eyes are adjusting so I can actually see the black from the very, very dark gray, which is nice. I'm not just guessing in the dark here. And then I'm going to draw a black line along this. No, I'm not going to worry about precision too much here. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this off like this, though. And also like this. Actually, I need a actually decent size here. So I'm going to go back. And I'm not sure how I'll do this. I guess like this. Then fill that in. I'm gonna make this kind of a big brush. Question is, will this be big enough? In theory. Anyway, thanks for letting me know, Philo. Let's see here. I don't know how that happened, because I never mute the mute side, because I can just flip this thing up and it mutes automatically. Which is like the one good thing about these headphones, is that it's super easy to mute myself on them. So I don't know why I would mute myself in the control settings, because there's no reason to do that. You know what? To be a little drastic here and just completely wipe out this rock and redraw it from scratch. Not bother trying to scavenge it or salvage it. This rock I'm okay with, I think. That's a fine shape. Now, I want something, like, I guess around this size. No, let's go with a circle. I'm gonna have to make a really small circle here, I think. Because I need the space to be wide enough for infantry only and the grass rocks that are gonna jut into that space, so. Maybe two circles right next to each other like this, connecting. I think this might be okay. This gives a lot more room here and here, which is good. And it leaves the infantry only path. I am tempted to draw through it a bit. No. I am being anal about this, but what else is new? Now, fill this in. I think this will work okay. 2 infantry only pass here, 1 here. It's a pretty good setup, I think. But you know, I think I can actually get away with a slight curve here. No, I hate the controls of this thing sometimes. All right. Go back to the drawing pen. All right. And if I need to do dips around this, I can do it manually within. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Oh, is it showing my mouse? Yes, it is. Okay, good. I was afraid I had removed that. I'm going to close this. Then I'm going to switch back to the other screen. And go to what on earth just happened there? All right, go to height, load, green desert. There we go. That's our new rock shape. All right. With that said, welcome, Philo. I know it's probably a little late in Germany, but judging by Rayon, then again, Rayon's up all night, so who knows? Okay. Wow, so Germans measure time in meters as well. I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So if you like ask a German what time it is, they're going to tell you it is 110 meter. Is that how it works? Is that how you do things over there, or is that just a Rayonism? Though somehow we don't talk to strangers. There you go. Actually, that is somewhat true of Europeans versus Americans from what I've seen. And from what I vaguely remember is that, like, especially in, like, the Western European states, people were less inclined to just talk to strangers. Which is very funny to me. Although I sometimes feel that way myself, so I can't argue with it. But Philo, what is your favorite sci-fi planet in any franchise? And why? Oh, I did. Okay. There we go. Favorite sci-fi planet, any franchise, and why? This is broken now, but that's because of texturing quirks. It won't look like this when I reload the map, so I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, I can just save, open a new one, and then reopen this. And it'll go back to normal. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble. There we go. Perfect. I'll live with it. Now to do the last of the rocks. Did I make this too skinny? I might have. It's not too skinny, but it is pushing it, I guess. Could probably cut these. You know, I can just do that in this editor. The snow? You like Megiddo because of the bridges and the vibe. Is it the snow or like the metalwork? Megiddo isn't like one I hate, but it is a bit of a hard sell for me because we see so little of the planet other than the stuff on the bridges. Like, we know what's below, but only vaguely. So, then again, I never like use stop motion or freeze frame to like actually look close either. So, I feel like if I had seen like more of the planet below the bridges in the movie, I would have been a lot more enthusiastic about it. I can't actually remember what the movie shows. I just mostly remember the bridge. I did like Felucia quite a bit just because of how weird it was. And I feel like that opened the floodgates for Star Wars planets being weird on TV, which was nice. Well, in general. I feel like we got more weird planets once Felucia was shown. Because it was like, well, Dr. Seuss is in. Everything's fine. And it was sort of the affirmation that, yes, it's a galaxy. You can have things that are weird. They don't all have to be based on Seattle, Washington. The spires. Like the building spires or the rock spires? Yeah. I know they theoretically have a few shots that face downwards, but I don't know if you can actually see anything through the fog. That's definitely big enough now. The building spires. Yeah, I guess. They do look kind of neat. I admit I've admittedly used the red rustic ones quite a bit. Let's go ahead and rotate these. So this should be the last map where I have to do texturing. More of it, rather. Man, this is like top tier music right here. What is that copy pasta with the kids complaining about how their generation's music sucks? And it's like, I wish I was born in the wrong generation. That's the line. All right. I do want to keep this pretty skinny. Or, not skinny. I want to keep it pretty wide. So that, there's still plenty of room for infantry. That'll do. Thinking of trying to get a more stable schedule of timing for streaming. Maybe at 1 p.m. here, which would be an hour ago. Whoops. Things have been a bit chaotic the last couple days though, but that's alright. There we go. Yeah, I like the buildings in Megiddo for the most part. There we go. I'm going to save for safety here. Alright. Let's rotate them around and get this texture taken care of quick. There were some more on this side. Gosh, they're so hard to see. Alright, back to objects, save. As long as there's a low object count, I can save pretty frequently because the save process is really short, which is nice. But as more and more objects get placed, it starts to slow down. Hey, Knee Rubra. I know Knee, but I guess Rubra is your YouTube title. You charged your headset this time, nice. No, it was okay. I was getting a little tired at that point anyway, so. I actually went longer than I intended to, so. It was a decent enough time for your headphones to run out. Knee like knee. The knights who say knee. Let me shift this over quick. You'll have to excuse Rayon. He can't afford them. No. Oh, wait. Somewhere down there is a... You never watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail? It's stupidly funny at times, but it has like the most frustrating ending. It bothered me a lot as a kid. Apparently it ends the way it does because they ran out of money because they spent too much on alcohol. So the movie has just the most abrupt and unsatisfying ending. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Yeah. But it's actually really hysterical. It's very quotable, too. Everyone should watch that movie at least once. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Of course not. Maybe they were carried. What? By swallows? African or European swallows? The movie is just stupidly quotable. Zoolander is similar, but like if you actually watch Zoolander, it's really not that funny. But Zoolander is like enjoyable in a weird way that like after you finish the movie, you're like the funniest parts of the movie will still be in your head, and you'll be quoting them. But like there's a lot of like not that great moments that feel very dated 90s in between. But like the actual funny parts, you'll just be like quoting for years. Do you think there might be more life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking? Like what? I don't know. I wonder if saying ricotta there was like deliberate in this song. Or if it's just random syllables. There we go. It's okay, I'll get this part. Yeah, I remember, but in the past when looking at things I was like, Oh, you mean Zoolander like being dated in the 90s, 2000s? The orgy scene in that movie is just weird, more than it is funny. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I don't know why, but I started thinking about Mel Brooks movies. Let me see if I can turn down the volume even further. Okay, is it wrong that I'm already kind of over this? Alright, see you in a bit, Philo. I need to listen to something else. How often do you make a plan map and decide what it is later compared to making like a map derived from a theme? A lot. Yeah, that's not wrong. Well, it depends on what you mean. Like there's a... Okay, let me set a song first. What was that? Okay, here we go. So there, I'm thinking you might mean two different things potentially, so I'll try to answer both. Like I just start a concept and then evolve a theme from it versus I have a specific concept in mind and then create a layout from it. Because those are two different things. Let's do this because it seems cool and we'll decide what it is later. Okay, that I actually don't do as much as you might think. Usually, when I start a generic planet, I actually do... Yes, Gorgon music. I actually do still like the Gorgon music quite a bit. Usually, when I start a generic planet, I do have a specific theme in mind. Like... the last one with the fire temple or whatever, I really just wanted to do something with an excessive amount of fire in it. Like, not lava, volcanoes and stuff, just excessive fire. But without the volcanoes. So, that was generic, but it was what I had in mind at the same time. So for maps where I start something and I don't really have a specific vision in mind, like this one, that's actually a little less common, but even there, I usually have like a vague idea. It's just the idea evolves over time. Tulpa was, it's a blank slate ricotta planet. It was just that like I combined it with like, it's really just a combination of three different ideas. One, do something with the ricottans. Two, make a fiery place that is just completely total fire everywhere. And three was a jungle temple, which I kind of want to make another jungle temple, but I want it to be like a full-on city of gold looking thing with like a sunset aesthetic rather than a hellscape. Like an El Dorado look to it almost, but with like orange water, but like distinctly water. Orange water, and then just like architecture that looks like it's gold. Like pseudo Aztec. Yes, the Indiana is embrace the Indiana Jones exactly. Forest temples are cool, but I do feel like I might be doing too many because I'm also working on Gobindi, which is just straight up temples in a jungle. And we have a problem where like jungle maps or jungle planets are set to be like 3-slot planets, so they don't need to be that good. But meanwhile, urban and temperate maps need to be better, but like urban and temperate, well, urban are getting better, but we still have a lot of temperate maps that aren't that great. And they're 5 slots, and it's like, this is not good. There we go. Yeah. Let's go and make this one a little taller. It was funny the other day. I think we were talking about things I like, and I did mention Zangar Marsh from World of Warcraft, and then the Master Res in voice chat yesterday was like, you know, it'd be really cool to see like a map of like Zangar Marsh, and I was like, ah. What do you think about the no flying structure that serves as a marker, as a prop? The no flying structure. Oh, crap. All things on the screen. Conversation yesterday. Was this with me or with Rayon? Oh, it doesn't disable flying or hover. It just makes all the flying and hover units like move at 50% speed. Okay. Me wanted to know, think about like turning this into a generic prop, which is honestly not a terrible idea. Yeah, Rayon doesn't really deal with props. I mean, it wouldn't. I doubt we'll use it for anything. So. Oh yeah. Honestly, even someone who played the base game might not immediately recognize it because it was literally only in ground skirmish, I think, and only as the Empire. I think. If I thought it was a Ricotta Doomsday device, nice. Almost. There we go. Yeah, I never built that in the base game. I don't think most people did. Like, even I barely recognized it. And I definitely played the shit out of base game. Because I don't think the AI would even build it, so you pretty much had to be the Empire and then build it yourself. Or no, the ZC had it, not the Empire. No, the Empire had the Magnapulse cannon. I'm pretty sure. Or you know, maybe you could build this. I actually can't remember. I don't know. I'm sure they got modded in somewhere, but like, I don't think in the base game you could build the Magnapulse or the whatever this was. I couldn't remember. It was definitely rare, that's for sure. 384. What the hell? There we go. I think this will do. Alright. Let's copy paste. Rotate around. This will be the last of the rocks. That'll be nice. Ah. Yeah, I'll have the jagged side out for this one. Make it a bit of a shorter one, I think. There we go. Make it a little shorter just for kicks and giggles. Alright. That's the last of the rocks, I think. Well, I gotta do these branching ones, but... Go ahead and save. Up to just under 400 props, which isn't bad. Yeah. 1,000 grass props, why not? No, I'm going to go pretty grass top heavy, but only on the tops of these, I think. And not even back here, because I think I'll put a city or something. Hello, Larry. Hello. To chat as well. Alright. Oh, you'll be happy to know, Larry, this one is going to be free release eventually, someday. Maybe. Whenever I ever get around to that. But it is using only the base game, so... Rejoice. Alright. Glee Ansem. I actually have no idea what it looks like, other than I assume it has a lot of water. But this one is like, I'm using the water as the grass. Which is weird, but I like it. It's a quirk I keep falling into, but enjoying too much to stop. Move this down. Ooh. Yeah. It's a bit out of the way for a Clone Wars planet. I actually can't remember what it looks like. That does sound pretty. But this is going to be like more of a marsh or a desert. that's, I don't know, shifting. Let's go back to lava and see how that looks. This was the original vision of the planet, and I might still go back to this. I mean, technically both ideas work. I can't see the secondary texture in here. Let me save because textures can crash the editor. It's weird. Why does it not show up? Huh. Well, that's not right. Oh, this is the cross scrolling. Okay. There it is. Okay. Maybe he... I see. So it's two textures on top of each other. Okay. Oh goodness. The Dune planet. Yeah. Blangeal. Ooh. I could get something kind of cool here. Let's see what kind of bumps I can get, though. Now I'd have sunken ships. I might. If like I go with the desert look, I might try that. Do need something. Oh, here we go. Let's go and slow it down. Geo sand. Oh, here we go. Hey, Philo. Limited access infantry are limited. Narrow paths to SpongeBob bullworm under the sands. I mean, it could be Blangeal, but we don't really see a lot of that planet. I had sort of given up on leaning into desert with the way textures originally came out, but now they look fine, so I don't know what I was thinking. Weird to think I'm basically done with the like work of this. So it's drawing badly. Antimerdes on MS Paint to try to convey what it looks like. How are we doing? Messing with the sand ground. Oh, here. This is not going to look good, but it's going to be funny. You can give it a reddish tint called Antolon. I don't know that one. Antolon. Let's see. What is smooth? Gray smooth desert. Oh, interesting. That's pretty wild. Probably not, but that is pretty. I kind of want to just make a planet that works for multiple places. Potentially. Or it just ends up as an obscure ice planet. So... I only watched the first 2 seasons of Rebels, so I'm not sure. It would be neat to be someone with a lot of shifting sands, though I'm not really going to... I don't think I'll actually go for anything specific. Probably. I don't know. Geosmooth. How do I feel about orange? You know, maybe I should just ignore the sand and do it last. I don't know. I kind of want to just design another unknown regions planet, but at the same time it would be helpful to actually have something usable elsewhere. So I'll probably put up some kind of settlement over here. Something, maybe? I don't know. Should probably figure out what, though. Oh, Google links? I'll just search to Antolon. Apparently that's a dog breed. No, you only see it from space? Atolon. Okay, never mind. Okay, so it's a red planet with big white flowers. Wait, wasn't this? No, I'm thinking of something else. Say, wasn't this in like the first episode of Clone Wars? But maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have the shifting sand effect, which I debatably am married to for this. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I was thinking. Like a green desert sand looking color. Is that a thing? It just looks like rolling grass. See what the desert rocks are. Let's try sand. I think maybe I should just go with the generic sand. This is kind of pretty anyway. Then slow this down. Be just fast enough to be noticeable. There we go. Ooh, and well, let's save because messing with the textures too much can cause a crash. And I'm okay with what we have right now, so let's see. It's trippy. Yeah, like a little bit, yeah. Oh, if I put this here, I don't know if I'm totally imagining it, but is that a little bit green? Can I make like a green effect to this? Give it green sand. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. Temperate, ground. It's a bit green, yeah. See if I can find a darker green. Maybe it'll appear more that way. Cache it ground. Here we go. No, I don't notice it there. Okay, let's try brighter green then. See, I think it's a lot more noticeable there. I'm almost tempted to shrink the map so that I can get sandstorms working here. Because they unfortunately are quite small in the base game. But I'm not sure even if I shrunk this, it would be enough. I know we increased ours by like almost 50% in TR, which would this be enough for TR, but I don't know if it would be enough here. Blizzard effect, that's weird. If you make it a violet color, you can make vortex planet known for sharp and fast winds. And I'm not saying that due to its color, or maybe I am. I don't think I'll be leaning into violet for this. I am pretty sold on greens and yellows. And also red mushrooms. I don't know how I feel about this blizzard effect. Or ash for that matter. I'll just turn off all weather. So it's kind of weird to say this, but I'm basically done with the map outside of the decoration aspect. I need to make a fort here and a settlement here somehow. Go ahead and give the sand texture. Oh wait, actually. Go to sand. Sand. Nope, not that one. Sand smooth. Here we go. And I want to randomize the settings. Randomize the angle. And increase the brush size. Huh. I wonder if I almost want to fill in the tops of these. Actually, if I want to mess with something and do something kind of trippy, there's the option of, let's save first, messing with the cloud textures and see how that goes. Okay, so it completely unaffects the lava. That makes sense, I guess. Oh, that's kind of trip. Actually, if I set the speed to 0, now everything is covered in moss. But I'm pretty sure that also affects vehicles. Maybe. It's not affecting these structures? Possibly? This is bizarre. It's something I might need to do in the future. I might need to experiment with this in the future. Actually, let's see here. How's that? Everything's just covered in moss. Yeah. I wonder how much this would be messed up in the game itself, so it's easy enough to reverse what I have right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and test this. Yeah, I mean, so it's covered in if it's covered in moss, it gets flooded periodically. Yeah, that's probably true actually, but music is suddenly more fitting again. I actually want to test this in game and just see how it looks. This reminds me, I want to take a planet where most of the surface is water, but the water would only be ankle high type. That's not a bad idea, but you have to be careful with that because it'll slow down infantry. So you have to like make sure that's something you actually want to happen. And in the base game, infantry are slowed down by 50%. I actually specifically asked, and we changed TR's infantry so they're slowed by only 70 or 25% instead of a full 50. And I think that plays much better, honestly. Because slowing by 50% felt pretty awful on planets like the old Ithor map, where it was just a long stretch of a river, a shallow river, but it was just slow everywhere. And it's like, yeah, it helps make transports, but it also makes playing kind of miserable. Let's Go ahead and generate the AI zones. Now, let me go close this and set this up in the game quick. See how that works. So give me a second here. Copy this to here. What plant do I want to plug this in for, actually? It's an easy one to invade. Probably Talisea, if I remember correctly. Because I'm too lazy to do the... Actually, maybe it's not. Give me a second. Give me a second. No, I don't. It's just a slow effect. I know it's a slow effect, but I don't. Oh wait, sorry. Do they take more damage in war? No, but they will if it's lava. You can kill your infantry with lava. I do agree that it's not a bad effect, but I think 50% was excessive for the base game, and I know it made maps like Nelhutta kind of miserable. What was I thinking? Oh. Actually, I have no idea where that map is kept, so I'm gonna be lazy. For fuck's sake. Alright, so in theory this should work. If you change the effect, and I'm not actually sure how you do it, because I didn't actually do it, I just was the one that pushed and suggested it. We changed it from a minus 50% speed to a minus 25% speed, and I think that functions a lot better. Because slowing any unit by 50% is pretty painful. To make it something that would like potentially be kind of common is really painful. Right. Theoretically, this will be quick. Theoretically. I'm almost done, I think. Just waiting. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I have 31 days till my mods update. Maybe I can squeeze this change in. Thank you for the idea. Yeah, no problem. It's something I think the base game should have done, so it's not even like a, oh, it's a mod decision. I just straight up think it's something the game shouldn't have done to begin with. I have to find a planet now. Oh, here it is. Gosh, there's so many pop-ups.
Hell, my head full.
Maneuvering.
Alright, almost ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. It might, but I don't think they'll address something like that, since that's more of a gameplay balance than anything else. Alright. Let me see if I can get this working. Sorry. Alright. Hopefully I don't break anything here. I like Talasia because it's an easy planet to invade. See how all these different vehicles look. Wow. Huh. So it actually does affect the trees even though it doesn't show it in the editor. But it doesn't affect any of these. These guys actually have... Oh, anti-infantry blaster. Heavy missiles. Okay. I should try the gunship, see if they were... Oh, they're not affected by it either. Oh, but it will affect all of the... Can you not see the screen? Oh, I mean, well, that post should have been a while ago. You should be able to see now, right? Okay. It's not affecting those guys. In theory, it shouldn't affect anything, but, you know, never know. So the one thing I need to be wary of is that this cloud effect will affect any, like, buildings I put up. So if I do decide to put a city aspect to this map, it's going to look like that too. Although this is a pretty sick texture, combining the grass with the rock here. I do like that a lot. That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Wait a minute. Where is he? Where's... Let's see. Could find dry bed of body water. Yeah! Minecraft chunk errors. Were these covered in the thing? I don't think they were. Oh. So I think that went well. Wait, let's see if the autosave will let me do that again. Yes, nice. All right. Yeah, it does look. I do like the way it looks. I'm gonna have my heart broken if I have to choose between desert and the green moss. But I am now thinking maybe I want to do the jungle more. Lean into a swamp aesthetic. I could probably free up the camera and let it go to the left and right a little bit more. Instead of adding the settlements, I think maybe I will lean into making this a swamp. I'm getting caught up in that, so trying to play the game for a playthrough I'll never continue. Oh, I kind of love this, honestly. If you do want some habitation, you can almost have like some shoreside huts. Huts. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Oh wait, hang on. I need to see if they're being affected. They're not, which is good. I've never really messed with the claws too much before. I've always been a little afraid because of how they affect everything, but if I just stick to nature stuff, it should be fine. Oh, I forgot to tell you to attack. Shoreside huts. The beach huts. Hot surfers one. Yep. So this is actually a lot better than I was expecting. Huts with shades, nice. Gosh, I might actually go with this. Oof. All right. Let's go back to this. Open the terrain editor. Didn't expect this to work out so well. Dinner time for me. Sweet live stream. Happy hunting, everyone. Thank you, Larry. I'll see you later. Let's see. Green deserts. Might have to change the message down here. Somewhere around here. Well, do you ever have like two different versions of the same map? You know, I do. I try not to, but I suppose I could if I went with like completely different directions for them. Did I open the wrong editor? I think I did. I did. I did open the wrong editor. This wouldn't be the first time where I split between a desert and a swamp. I did that with Sandsea Station. Let's see here a second. Sandsea Station. Okay. So I made this, and I leaned into like almost an Arabic style with the buildings and the sand, but I kept wanting to put more industrialization. And other stuff. So I eventually made the other version of it, which oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that the editor is really dumb sometimes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going back to Sans. I forget that, like, you have to manually select the map editor every time you switch scenes or whatever, or close it or whatever, which is very frustrating, but it seems to be an issue with the editor. So I made this, and I gave it kind of almost an Arabic style. Yeah, we have visual. But I wanted to do more with it and give it like more of an industrial look, like you can see here and here. And kind of here. I really wanted to do more industrialization, but I also didn't want to betray the sandstone look that I had. So I did the swamp version of it. Here we go. And I replaced a lot of most, but almost not all of the spires with like Magito props. Which are a lot more industrial. A Mustafar prop. More Magito props. Rocks, or pipes. Such a fresh idea, very sci-fi Arab styling. Yeah, I like it. I put down some droid factories in the middle of the swamp. I think I might have raised the water level a bit compared to the sand level. And rather than having this suspended, I just had it like a structure. Didn't tell me they were the same. I wouldn't realize it. They actually have different layouts too. Like, it's the same general layout, but the in this version, this path has been removed and replaced with pipes, so only hover units can cross it. Instead of pipes here, this is infantry only. So they do play differently because of how the passability is different. And the attacker starts here instead of starting here, and the base is here instead of here. I also added more tech stuff to the sides. And it's also raining instead of sandstorm. I might have to do the same here. Maybe. I like this little city I made. Yeah, I might have to go with two different themes. It's just the question becomes which one do I start with? It is like a marketplace, very lived in. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's a nice detail. I'm happy. Um, kind of tucked in the corner. I guess really comes down to is which one do I design for, the sand or the desert? I guess the desert is just easier because I can add more props. Oh wait, I'm opening the wrong editor anyway. 1 second. All right. Now I need to reset the editor. There we go. I guess it just really comes down to, oops, wrong one. I guess I should do the desert first. On the other hand, the desert, I might want to go more industrial than jungle. Maybe would make more sense to just do the jungle first. Well, I mean, like, I've done none of the decoration. I haven't done the landing zones, but as far as like the layout, this is done. Like, I don't really need to do anything more here. This is technically a quote-unquote finished map in a very basic sense. It's not acceptable, but it's quote finished. Maybe I'll make like a platform here. Wonder how hard it would be to make a pentagram shape. Probably annoying. I think I want to do the jungle first. And then I can convert the jungle into a desert. Probably going to use these shapes. Well, maybe not. What is it called? It's called like Sith something. I think it's under desert. Too real. Oh, wait, is it a story prop? I think it's a story prop. Sith wall. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. It's in a centralized area, I guess. I might need to cut out more of this, or I guess I could have like the walls cut into it. I don't know. Might do something like that instead. This is 2000. What height do I want this at? $15,000? That does cut in a bit. Wish the game itself let the player move this shield generator around when building their buildings for defense. Yeah, it's its own marker. Is the green the engine and just the engine being weird? No, it's the cloud color, believe it or not. Like, these are the clouds, but I turned them into grass. So, no, it was going to be sandy, but I kept leaning more and more into swamp. So, I lost track, and I was just like, I want to make a swamp. I want to make a swamp. So now I'm making a swamp. It seems to happen a lot when I do deserts, is that I start leaning into jungle themes, and I kind of just make both. That happened with another older map as well. Exact same thing. Where I was like, I'll make a desert, and then I made a swamp. We got Shrek'd. It's all ogre now. Also, you can't tell me this doesn't look pretty cool. But I believe I should probably cut out some of this. Actually, I did want to change something else as well. There we go. It is very cool. But, you know what? I might need to work with the height map again, so that would mean closing this. Let's save. Also, Speedster, are you still here? Because I got a question for you. Just closing this. Give me a second. Gotta open up. This thing quick. All right. Oh, the music stopped. 1 second. Sorry. I'm not sure what I want to listen to. This is fine. All right. Screen 1. All right, we got the scavenger here. Let's find the map. Green desert. Scavenge. Close. Go ahead and open this. Zoom way in. Alright, now I need to cut this out here, I think. Oh, it sure did. Oh, wait. Eyedropper. Cut like that, and well, there we go. da 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 ha 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 fill this in. That does not look lateral. Oops. I don't want to redraw too much of this, but I guess whatever. I've already done all the rocks, so. Kind of need to zoom out to look at this. I think what I need is I need to straighten this out here. There we go. There we go. I think that'll work. I'll have to redraw the dips, maybe. That's not okay. Oh. Hey. That worked. All right, cool. And I'll have to redo the rocks around this corner, but I feel like that's a small price to pay for just making more room for the base. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be okay. This section shouldn't be too straight, but I think I already corrected that. Alright. Close. The base game editor quick. Open Green Desert. And it's a good question. It's a map that's still a work in progress. We'll put it that way. Ooh. Didn't like that. Did I break something? No, I don't think I did. I'm gonna assume I didn't break anything. I might have broken something. Okay, something might have broken. Do elevation changes have any effect in terms of combat? Like high ground equals best ground? You can set that, but that's more of a texture thing. It's more that stuff gets in the way. Is there any sense that EA is funny with hills? Right now, I think it's that... I think I'm going to need to reopen the map editor. Okay. So the very fragile setup with the terrain got messed up here. Just imagine a mountainous map where you need to do the kind of raw space you could block the road. Okay, forest, a small path. You can kind of do that, but if you aren't careful, the AI won't respond very well to it, and your own units and the enemy units will both act really stupid. What is with the ground is kind of complicated. It's also not working, so. Shit. Let me see if I can. Let me save this as an alternate one, just in case this doesn't work out. Basically, using magic, I've made it so that the water level is just below the ground level, so that it doesn't affect the ground, but the ground is also invisible, so it looks like you're walking on the water. That's the short version. And I need a scavenger quick. Like, you only have one main path, and infantry only path. There's a lot of nuance to it. It's complicated. Like, I think early on when I did design... Oh, hang on, I need to sneeze. Okay, false alarm. It's just one of those sneezes that cancels. Those are awful. Okay, so when I was early on, I used to design visual, basically. Now, this might... when I was designing maps early on, I used to do a lot of infantry-only paths that were too narrow because I thought that would be good and encourage ambushes. But the reality is you just get paths that sometimes the AI or your own troops won't use because it's too small for them to acknowledge. Like wave dashing, but terrible. Ugh. No, thank you. Okay, so I think I fixed that problem. Let's see what happens here. So it sounds cool, but in practice it tends to work out very troubling. Let's go ahead and just open the normal one. And let's try that height map again. I think that worked. Yes, it did. Okay. All is well. I'm going to save. And I can get rid of Green Desert 1 because it served its purpose. Actually, though, Speedster. What is your favorite sci-fi planet in any franchise and why? And actually, Dragon Magic, the same question for you. I'll just be putting these rocks back. And you know what? I'm going to turn the clouds off because I need to actually be able to see what I'm doing. Stop it. I mean, what's your answer, Nee? It is kind of a loaded question, but like, I feel like everyone's got like a different answer, and they're going to take different factors into account. So, you know, it's kind of interesting to see what people are even considering, you know? Just any planet. Doesn't even need to be sci-fi. It can be like another setting, though. I think sci-fi seems the most appropriate one to be able to answer in. Generally, settings where the biomes are not like necessarily single biomes, but not that many. Aw, poor doggy. Has to live with Germans. Alright. You changed your username? Oh. Well, who were you before? Naboo is pretty good. It is very pretty. It's also one of like, I think it's like George's only planet that isn't like a single biome. It's also swamps. It's also ocean. It's also got cities and stuff. Honestly, part of me is like nostalgic for Naboo and would like to see like more stuff that's just like an exploration of like just whatever's going on Naboo day to day. Yeah, Naboo has swamps. Stargate SG-1, where it's all very urban and industrialized. They're apparently run by very advanced machines, and they barely get to look at it because it's mysterious. So, like, they don't actually see the planet? Because it's all factories, or... But wouldn't that make it a factory world? Alright. They sent a UAV. What's a UAV? Brody Cross. Changed it because I prefer the illusion of anonymity. Okay. That's fair. I'm terrible with usernames, if I'm being honest. I tend to remember avatars pretty well. I sent a UAV. It's a drone. Okay. It's literally taken over by an AI just from being in there. I don't think I follow still. So, is what you like the story behind the planet? All right. Visually, it was a factory world, but the thing you really liked was the story. Though I will add a few more planets to my list with Camino and Pandora from the Avatar movies. Fair enough. Camino's nice. I mean, Kaminoans are kind of awful, but The aesthetics are nice. What is going on? I'll try to find it later. Try to show it to general chat or something. That's okay. Yeah, you can just DM it to me. I also like the plant from Aliens because it's spooky. I actually don't. What the fuck just happened? Oh, I know why this happened. I freaked myself out for a second there. I'm gonna reload to because there's a lot wrong that'll be corrected by this. All right. Oh, it's me. You know, that's fair. I remember people like the visuals. I never actually saw it myself. I was very dismissive of it at the time. But I think that was partially just because I was frustrated that every movie was trying to have Avatar 3D-ness. Zen as depicted in Black Mesa. That's something to do with Steam games, right? Actually, don't, or Half-Life games or something. It's the same setting as Portal, I think. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should watch Avatar sometime. I was just kind of frustrated when it came out because I remember every movie was like, we have 3D now. It's like, you don't need 3D for Spy Kids 2 or Spy Kids 3D or whatever, because they were all just awful. I'll show it to you later too. Zen is beautiful. All right. What is Black Mesa actually? I actually don't know. I just know it comes up in Portal. It might have to do something with Half-Life. Who would have thought the race skilled in cloning would have developed skewed immorality? I think it's the other way around, though. But, yeah, the 3D itself annoyed me. It gave me headaches. Same. Like, that's not really a thing against Avatar anymore. It's just sort of, I got tired of the industry making everything 3D. Just got over it so fast. It's a game and a place. Is it related to Half-Life directly? Or just in the same universe by coincidence? Well, by fun design. Like in the same sense that Banjo-Kazooie is in the same setting as Diddy Kong. Like, they're not really, but they kind of are at the same time. Okay. So it's like Banjo-Kazooie and Diddy Kong. If I'm not mistaken. The place came first, studying for Half-Life. It's a research facility where experiments are being made in theoretical physics. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know it was its own game, though. Hello, Thomas. Black Mesa the game is a fan remake of Half-Life on the Source engine that was made by fans over the course of 20 years. Wow, okay. That's actually pretty impressive. It saw its final update in like 2019 or 2020. Okay, that is pretty cool. The Masters. Oh, hi. Hi. Now that you're here, a question for you. because I've been asking the whole class, because apparently we're students. What is your favorite sci-fi setting planet, and why? And it can be anything. Am I fucking myself over? I might be. I might be inflicting myself with psychic damage. Black Mesa is intended as a spiritual remake of the original Half-Life game and plot. That's nice. It's nice to see stuff like that happen. It's like how that AI game is a spiritual successor to Empire at War. Valve gave them the go-ahead to sell. Oh, wow, that is really nice, actually. It's also financially risky because you risk losing your own property, but it's nice that they did that. Terrace. Devastated, past leaving massive continent-sized ruins with thriving settlements in between. You know, I don't know if I've ever really seen Terrace post KOTOR. I mean, I've played Tor and I've played Empire at War, obviously, but like Tor is still just kind of a ruined jungle, and then Empire at War is just a city. It's just a random city, but it does use a lot of buildings from KOTOR, so there's that. But how it was described in EAW, was it really? I don't remember that. Wait, TR version or the base game? Base game. Interesting. Why do I not remember that at all? It is interesting. Also a little surprising. How big are these stiff props? Not big enough. Okay, well. I can delete these and put them back later. There we go. That's interesting. I know that Faga Brill of Prakith was originally from Terrace. And then he basically used all his political favors, get in with Palpatine, and be sent to be governor of Prakith. Alright, let's lower this down to 560. 4560. Copy, paste. Alright. Now the goal here is that what's your favorite? Shoot, I don't know. I really don't. It's partly that I can't answer that question that I ask it. I tend to fixate on like one for a time, and then I move on to something else, though. It just kind of works with my mapping. According to Wook, Terrace only had 1 billion people and 3 ABI. Why? Yeah, it is a loaded question. That's interesting. Maybe I should have kept one of the rock formations leading out to here, but maybe I can put like another rock formation here. This is dead space, but that's kind of okay. Oh, goodbye. I gotta head out today. See ya, Philo. You have a good one. Now I actually have to pick a texture to fill this with. Crap. Didn't think I'd get this far. What is this map going to be? No, it's not going to be box zone. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, though. We're leaning on 2 different themes, and the current one is more swampy. But right now I'm just adding some old ruins out of necessity. The bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean, the bare necessities. Those sweet old Mother Nature recipes. It's probably going to be like used for 2 different maps. One desert and one swamp. I just, it was going to be desert, but then I started like trying swamp stuff and liked it too much. So it's kind of going to be both. There we go. Go ahead and save there so I don't have to do that again. So right now I'm doing the swamp version even though it's called Green Desert. Oh well. Maybe it'll be like named Green Desert. Desert and then Green Desert Swamp. Or so, I don't know. The Shrek Zone. I am not familiar with Kenshi or Dark Sun. However, temp rocks is the thing I'm looking for, I think. Temp bricks. In the donkey sector. That's so cursed. It must have been one of the sequels to Planet of Twilight. It's one of the Callista books. It's got to be it. Kenshi. Okay, now I don't know what Kenshi is. See if this crashes yet, or nice. Okay. Is Kenshi a video game? What is it? Let me look it up. Oh, a free roaming squad based RPG. It looks sci-fi. Oh, yeah, that's oh, it's an older game from the looks of it. Is it related to Mortal Kombat? It looks post-apocalyptic kind of. It's got that late 2000s look. Yeah. Alright, well this is ugly for now, but it won't be forever. I need to put a little rock here though. A little rock as a treat. Okay, that's why Kenshi is coming up in Mortal Kombat. And why like half the screenshots are like of a hellscape and the other half are a guy who's blindfolded. Alright. Let me punish myself and do more terrain work because obviously I'm a glutton for this. Actually, try something stupid. Oh god, is this working? Yes, it is. Kenshi is a game you can play on Steam. Blindfold Yakuza guy with a haunted sword. Okay, that fits. That does sound very Mortal Kombat. Especially if you steal souls. Frostmourne hungers. No, the combat can get pretty mortal in it. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne should get some takeout. What is it? Arthur's eat a Snickers. And there is nothing you can do about what? Did you think we had forgotten? Did you think we had forgiven? Now is the hour of the Forsaken. Behold our terrible vengeance. Sylvanas. A funny giraffe monsters. What? What in tarnation? Oh, excuse me. Called beak things. Gotta run a marathon. Gotta run a marathon, not a sprint. Oh. Okay, what are they actually called? Beak things? Because I'm kind of curious now. I have a shirt with the beak things on. Okay, beak things. Kenshi. Okay, that came up right away. Okay, hang on. Beak thing, Kenshi. They're very derpy looking. I kind of like the design, but it is very derpy. I feel like they would clip clop when they walk, like with like a pony trot. This shirt. Are you trying to link something? Do links not work for you guys? I could probably look into that next time, but I have no idea. I figured making people be subscribed for 1 minute before they can post was enough to stop porn bots, but so they're one of the deadliest things you can run into. Great. No. Nobody has posted any links at all. No, they must be disabled. But I figured with like the subscriber for 1 minute rule, all links, I figured things would be safe, so I can probably next time I can look into like trying to allow links or whatever. I'll try to look into that. But that would require stopping and Googling and all that stuff. Notification. Alright. Time to put more rocks. Autosave has fucked me over again. That's okay. It's a minor thing to fix. I was very spiteful of it, though. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it, but then again, like on my third stream, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to require subscribing to be safe. I figured that was just smart. Did I just autosave twice in a row, or did I accidentally save earlier? Or am I fucking with myself? Yeah. Let's try 379. Got it. No. Once this is taken care of, I'll go back to the cloud setting. Oh, what time is it? 4:14? I might have people visiting soon, so I might need to stop the stream sometime soonish. But I'll try to get some of this done first. Do later streams really work better for people? I don't know. I feel like they might. Has a lot of different biomes. I mean, I assume a game that is set on one planet presumably does do a lot of biomes like Metroid would, or every fantasy game. Otherwise, you do kind of run into some over-similarity. Like even Final Fantasy 12, which is primarily desert, does have sometimes you go into the mountains and the jungles, even though like the setting explicitly starts in a desert. which actually is very Star Wars now that I think about it. The Royal City of Rabanesta. Maybe I could test it again. I need to finish Final Fantasy 12 still, but I just find the combat in that game kind of boring. Like, it was fun at first, and then just like slowly realized, oh, even though I'm leveling up, I'm mostly just doing auto attacks still. Great. And I realized I was only playing Ash because I gave Ash like all the spells. And then I realized I was bored with the game because Ash was the only one I liked playing. People complain about a lot of stuff with it, but I find that a lot of my issues with it is not the common complaints, but it's hard to get past the too many auto attacks as a mechanic for me. Final Fantasy as a franchise is not something funny to me because my introduction and the only game I played is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Oh, is somewhat funny to me. I've never played the Tactics games, but I know they're in the same setting as 12. And I might try them someday, but I want to power through 12 before that, you know? Because I know they're the same world or whatever. Just kind of program the game to play itself. Yeah. And like that's kind of a cool thing that other games have copied, including the remake of 7. But when I was midway playing through it, I was watching someone play 6 for the first time ever. Their first time. I played 6 before. And I realized it just made me want to play 6. I wanted to stop playing 12 and replay 6. I just felt like I had more control over mechanics and stuff in 6 than I do in 12. Even though, like, you can set all that stuff, I just felt like... 8. Interesting. Oh, no. Is this going to look bad? I don't know. It's no shame you still have Banga and Mumu. 14 does. 14 does have the Banga and the Nomu. Well, the Nomu are not the same as they are in Tactics. 12 doesn't actually have the... Well, maybe it does. It might have the Nomu. I didn't see it so far, but I'm not that far in the game. Probably 1/3. 14 has the Numu, but they're a fairy race and are not really tied to anything that's attached to the 12 stuff. And Banga are their own race, and they're tied to the 12 stuff, but like they only appear once. They kind of did the whole 12 thing dirty by having it all be a raid series and then nothing. Which bothers me kind of. You know what? Let's save. Do the AI data, resave again. Which, okay, that was kind of redundant. Then I'll plug this in and test it once and see how I feel about it. And we'll probably stop there because I can hear people arrived. So I'm going to be obligated to socialize. Oh, I never changed from the first screen. Silly. 1 second. I can't give 14 any time since I tried to play and saw people in Japanese school uniforms. 14 is all over the place, but I really enjoy it. It is definitely the most laid back MMO you can play that still has hardcore stuff in it. Whereas I'm sure there are more laid back MMOs, but you won't find ones that also have hardcore stuff in them. So I like the balance. And you can pretty much do whatever you want in that game in terms of outfits. Like, they're very, very flexible on what they let you wear. What I would recommend is play it until you can unlock the Rogue quest, which is honestly way early in the game. It really is. And then do the Rogue quest line, 1 to 30. Gameplay wise, Rogue is not that exciting until after level 30. But the 1 through 30 story, see if you fall in love with it. If you really like the Rogue story, you should stick with the game. That's what I say, anyway. I feel like most would just give up by that point rather than reset and shut down. Because I think the Rogue quest line is a fantastic and very accessible way to see what the story quality can be like in Final Fantasy XIV. It is not the best story, but it is pretty good. And it's also the best story you can access from very early on in the game. What was I doing? Oh, well, I have to go copy paste the map before I actually launch the game. That would help. Not even thinking things through. Okay, copy, paste, replace. Yes, okay. Now, this theoretically should work. And I'll get that screen back up in a second here. I am going to shill 14 though, so there's a joke that you either burn out from the early story being a little slow and the gameplay not being super exciting at the low levels of 14, or you stick with it and then become a walking advertisement for the game. That's the joke, is that you become one of those two things and nothing else. Oh, if you're a WoW refugee and the story bothers you and you like good gameplay, play 14. If you like casual open world stuff, Guild Wars 2 is probably a decent option. 14 does not have great open world stuff, I will say that. 14's open world is a bit disappointing, but its instant stuff does compete with WoW, I would say that. It is definitely... WoW is quote-unquote the best raiding game, but Final Fantasy XIV is probably tied with it, honestly. But whereas WoW is like raiding and only raiding, and if you're not doing an esport, you can go fuck yourself. Final Fantasy XIV is kind of there for everyone else as well. Like, I don't raid, and I'm pretty happy to play Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, let's see how this goes. You can all see this, right? It's telling me you can see this. Oh, pull out. Don't enter the Denuserverse. Turn back, little German boy. Don't go into the Denuser cave. Okay. It should work. Alright. That's weird. Maybe I should have picked a different green. Did I turn off the... I think I did. Hang on. Oh, you know what? I can't turn on music because it'd be copyrighted. Look at me accidentally thinking ahead. I can turn this on, though.
Most impressive.
Did you guys watch that video Corey did on the German AI knockoff
Most
of EAW?
impressive.
I don't know if he actually included... I don't think he included in his video, but like when he was streaming it live... he came into the stream laughing, the live version of it, because like he went into like do the settings because he wanted to turn off the music just in case, you know. And so he goes to dialogue and gets this.
Most impressive.
Like Palpatine's voice is just straight up still in there.
Moving out.
I mean, Voltox AI was the name of the game. It was not an AI game. The name of the game was Voltox AI or
Ready.
something like that. And like I watched the video, but like I watched like the first half of him streaming the game, trying it out, and he came into the stream and showed us
Secured a landing
most
zone.
impressive.
Choose your reinforcements.
Like that was just left in
Ahead
the
to that
game.
position.
Still.
Reinforcements en route.
Moving to coordinates. Enemy forces ahead.
Reinforcements
Awaiting
en
your
route.
orders.
Yes, sir.
Standing by.
Roger.
Bitch, you feel stupid now, don't you?
Advancing.
Your orders, Commander?
Reporting. Moving.
How fast are these things anyway? Ooh, they're fast. I like that.
Lancet standing by.
It was most impressive.
Acknowledged.
Let's bully our way through here.
At maximum Moving out. unit
Oh,
capacity.
I guess I should have brought a second squad. Whatever.
Juggernaut ready. Acknowledged.
Yeehaw times.
Aerial artillery reporting. Engines activated.
These are like the most dangerous
Attacking.
independent forces unit because like they're glass cannons, but they can hit you from really far away like a pseudo artillery, and you never
Ready.
expect them.
Destination set.
Reporting in.
I've found that a few times
Ready for
when,
orders.
doing tests and stuff.
Advancing.
Moving.
they'll,
Secondary position.
Engage standing by. I am ready. I anticipate no problems. Just give me a target. Tank brigade ready.
Ready.
Armed and ready.
Armed and ready.
Roger that. Form up. Squad, move out.
At the ready.
Well, this could be a really pretty map, honestly. If I lean into the swamp, I don't know what I'll do here.
Ready. Affirmative. Target confirmed.
Dark troopers don't fuck around. Like, they're kind of weak in terms of health, but this is pretty decent output for damage.
Standing by. Initiate bombing run.
I mean, Arrow 1 and 2 Empire get them. Oh, excuse me, get them by default now.
We've sighted.
Well, with one hero.
Done.
Armed and ready.
Ready to receive orders.
Oh yeah, that speed is nothing to laugh at. Oh, they dodge. Well, they can be crushed. Interesting. They are a type of infantry. How about that?
Reporting. Commencing attack.
Affirmative. Rolling out.
Moving to destination. Reinforcements en route.
On my way. What is your order? Acknowledged.
I don't know how to feel about this. Maybe I can like make little walls on corners here and parts of it that you can't go through.
Victorious.
I won't rest until Zero Command has all the Dark Trooper forms. Who's the guy who is just the guy deploying the Dark Troopers? He's a new hero.
As you command.
This guy. He's from Galactic Battlegrounds. Basically, there's like some sort of a boss where you fight a guy with an AT and some Dark Troopers, and he uses Piet's image, so we have like a modified Piet image, so he's not just straight up Piet. Tal Ashen. And since he technically defended Coruscant, that makes him viable for Pestige and Isard. Sorry. So he's probably dead after Era 2, but for those two, you get an AT hero who has pretty okay stats, honestly. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's small, but like nothing hurts about it. and it helps every stat except speed. Plus, it deploys Dark Troopers, which definitely seem more valuable than a Stormtrooper squad, which is nice. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll put up some Galactic Battlegrounds coming through again. I think Jorrit likes to add everything from Galactic Battlegrounds if he can. Which in this case, it's very cool, so I don't think anyone has a problem with it. I think maybe if I put up walls here, I can make this like sort of a different garden within. AT is an AT. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. 10% defense, 5% everything except speed. Can't argue with it.
New coordinates.
Even if you bring like a tier 3 hero, it's worth having just to buff the tier 3 hero.
Roger that.
Yes.
There's at the end. Alright, well, I'm fairly certain people have arrived and I'm supposed to go socialize with them, so I'm probably going to stop here. But it was nice getting to stream today, since I missed yesterday especially, and get some mapping done. I'll have to figure out what I want for that landing area, because I actually do need the landing area to have those bricks or something else, or a non-water texture so that you can see the bombing run better, which technically I should put it everywhere, but I'm not going to sweat it except in the base. It's usually good practice. And the landing zones. The landing zones at the very least will need them for sure. So I need something that will work for the landing zones, but I don't know what yet. I'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. And thank you anyone watching. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 all the YouTube stuff. Good night.